Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. XCAL is back on track. After a week off, they are at the paperclip at Martinsville, battling it out for a $305 prize purse tonight. And man, it's gonna be a wild one. Even with a week off, it sounds like several drivers are still a little bit on edge. And there might have been some problems during the heats coming into tonight. Could be some problems every time we go short tracking. Tempers do have a tendency to flare. Drivers are out on track, getting their practice laps in, getting final setup adjustments. And let's start by talking to Sean Andrews. Sean, is tonight the night your luck turns around?
I sure hope so. We definitely got speed.
You have had speed all season long, but bad luck, man, it has not gone away.
No, it hasn't, and I wish it would. I need Lucky's rabbit foot or something.
That is definitely the case.
So yeah, it should be a good race tonight.
It definitely should be, and hopefully we see you finally shake that bad luck streak. Would love to see you back in victory lane.
Yeah, me too. But my teammate who's on the pole, he's got a bad fast hot rod, so he's going to be hard to beat.
Well, anything exciting coming from your end? I know you're way back there in the standings right now. You've got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's been a rough first half of the season, but all I can do is try to keep chopping wood and keep trying to do better, and hopefully get it turned around for the second half of the season.
Man, I certainly hope so. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Hey, thank you. I want to thank some sponsors: Flaming Karma Paints, Admin Box, Butt Kicker, Try Eat Cooler Crew, the XCAL Web Shop, Joe and Danielle at J&S, and of course you for broadcasting How to Suck at iRacing, and say hi to my mom and my wife and my son.
Good luck.
And my aunt.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Well, the Steven Seams fan club sounds like it's in full force tonight. Or, I'm sorry, the Sean Andrews. I was looking at Steven Seams because he's our next driver to talk to. And Steven, man, it's not been the best start to the season for you, but you're getting better and the technical issues have at least gone away.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm starting to do way better at this. Beginning of the year, I had a rough time, like, just getting around the track and stuff, but I'm slowly seeing improvement, so it's always good for that.
How many more Seamses are there in the woodwork that we can expect to see on track this season?
At least one. I know Earl, he's going to be doing one up for me soon. Like one of the road courses there, so you'll see Earl out there, so. But yeah.
It's definitely been awesome to see the whole family come out, but man, you know, the team has done really good and your luck seems to be turning around just a little bit. How long before we see that 99 in victory lane?
Probably a few more races. Like I said, I'm getting there, so I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing and try to stay out of trouble. And hopefully tonight, maybe I'll get a top 15 or so. That's what I'm aiming for. So.
Well, buddy, good luck. I've been watching you get faster and faster. Hopefully tonight it pays off.
Hey, thanks, Doug. And I'd like to thank some sponsors. XCAL Web Shop, Racing Serious, JT's Mobile Pressure Wash, Try Eat Cooler Crew, Admin Box, Butt Kicker, Sim Racer Hub, How to Suck at iRacing, of course, you, Doug, and Flaming Karma Paint for putting the paints on, and Austin Edwards with setups, and J-Dog for letting me run his car.
Well, good luck tonight, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
And Cristiano Roca has had some problems in recent weeks with Jeff Edgar. Cristiano, it's gotten a little bumpy on track, but how are you feeling about tonight going short tracking again?
I feel good. We definitely have some speed, so we're hoping to make it a good one and finish it clean.
I have to ask, there is that little bit of problems with Jeff Edgar a couple weeks ago. Has everything been settled and the hatchet buried, or do you expect problems tonight?
For me, it's been settled. It's just racing. We go racing and things happen, so bring on the next race.
Well, you have definitely been having a great season, and I know you're close to getting into that all-star position, so definitely looking for a top 10 here tonight.
Yeah, if I make it a top 10, I'll almost lock the all-star race, so hope to finish it where I started at least, and maybe even get some positions.
Hopefully so, man. Good luck tonight. That team has definitely been on fire.
Yeah, thanks. Just thanking some sponsors: XCAL Web Shop Series, Try Eat Cooler Crew, Butt Kicker, Admin Box, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, and Flaming Karma Racing, and my teammates, and of course you for streaming the whole thing.
My pleasure, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Cristiano Roca having buried the hatchet, and Albie Hewins, first year as a team owner, got a late start as a team owner, but the team has been doing really well, Albie.
Yeah, we've been doing all right. We got Richie over here with us now, so he's definitely a positive improvement, and I've been having some fun with him. So looking to keep going.
Well, I know last season you were at the end of the season. You were really coming on strong. How soon before we see you back there getting those podiums?
You know, I'm not real sure. I like Martinsville. I hope I can do something tonight, but I'm gonna have to borrow Sean's rabbit foot he was talking about. The bad luck's pretty bad over here too.
Just a hint, we've actually been considering getting some How to Suck at iRacing rabbit's feet made just so we can hand them out. So that's a very real possibility.
I'll need a box or so. I'll order.
Well, you definitely have had, despite a late start to the season, you're always moving forward, man, and it's always awesome to see you out there. I wish you the best of luck tonight.
Well, thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. And the broadcast, Web Shop Series, Cooler Crew, all them. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. Good luck tonight. Finally talking to Frank Klein, who has definitely had a rough start to this season. Frank, it got a little bumpy your first couple of races, but things seem to be settling down just a little bit.
Oh, Doug, you know better than that. I want to thank you. You know, what you do is awesome. You make this series what it is. If it wasn't for you, XCAL would not be the same. The only thing I'm going to say tonight is, you know, I told you a couple weeks ago, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. They started something. Now they're going to play Frank around and find out. Love you, Doug. Mad props to my Zeem setup shop and Zeem's Property Services, Nova Glass, How to Suck at iRacing. See you guys all in the All-Star race. I'm going to make it one way or another.
Good
if
luck.
I'm still in the league.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Everybody ready to go? Sounds like some drivers are a little bit frustrated and some are just ready to get out there and go racing. And wow, Frank around and find out. We'll definitely be remembering, as Kyle McRicken Martin bounces off the wall. Remember, folks, no fast repairs here tonight. No fast repairs ever in XCAL competition. So these guys, they're going to have to be careful about bouncing off the wall. But Martinsville's tricky. It is very difficult to pass here. Oftentimes referred to as a push-to-pass track. You got to push the car ahead of you up the track to make the pass. It's going to be an interesting night. So far, it looks like 26 cars in the field battling for that $305 purse. Hey, good evening to Earl Seams, Bonnie Billings, and good evening to Richie Joplin. Octavio Rondoletto moved to the top of the MVD stats coming into this week. There you see those MVDs moving. Matt Bear down into second, Lataro in third, Joe Campbell in fourth, and Brent Mekas the top five. Austin Edwards, though, despite the part-time schedule, still holds sixth place. And of course, we've been talking about this all season long. That team championship, man, is it heating up. Just 10 points between the top two. And Flaming Karma and Busting at the Seams, they are lurking right behind. It's going to get tight out here tonight. Okay, Kevin.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Flying Ryan on the front row with Octavio Rondoletto. It is Flying Ryan's first ever pole in XCAL. Brent Mekas starting in second on the second row next to King Matthew the Bear. Sean Andrews, Jimmy Johnson on the third row, Stephen Rex, Kyle McReck, and Martin on the fourth row, Cristiano Roca, Matt Pelletier round out your top 10. Sean Patrick starting in 11th next to Mason Foster in 12th. Jared Mogart in 13th, J-Dog Seams in 14th, Joe Campbell starting in 15th next to Albie Hewins in 16th. Clayton Wise in 17th and newcomer Juan Pablo starting in 18th. Jose Godino in 19th, Johnny Evans starting in 20th. Michael DiCarlo starts in 21st, Frank Klein in 22nd, John Friley 23rd, and Richie Joplin in the car in 24th. Steve Seams and Lataro round out the field. Worth noting that Lataro does start the night with that EOL penalty and a strike against him. He's got to be careful on track. Hey, good evening, Danny. Good evening, Edmund. Good evening, Steven Seams and Gerald Thanos Poole.
Doug, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Jeff. Everybody can hear you.
Oh, 10-4. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good. Are you not in a car tonight?
No. I decided to take the week off. I've been pulling my hair out in these damn street stocks, man. Things going crazy out there.
So, any predictions for tonight?
Yeah, Rex. And not Steven Rex. Maybe Steven Rex and Rex.
Here we go. Green flag is in the air. 300 laps at Martinsville. And yeah, I think Rex are definitely a possibility. This is, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, a track where you kind of have to push to pass.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be an action track tonight for sure. There's some right there.
Yeah, we've got a lot of... Oh, we've got 3 wide. Coming through 3 and 4. Things already getting wild out here.
Yeah, there's some guys in the back going to be in a hurry. There's a big wreck in the backstretch.
And caution is out for the first time tonight. Looks like Sean Andrews cannot catch a break. Octavio Rondoletto, King Matthew the Bear, Johnny Evans, Frank Klein, Richie Jump. Man, there's a bunch of them in this. Let's take a look. There you see as they come back through 1 and 2. And Octavio looked like he bounced off. Ended up 3 wide on the high side. Sean Andrews goes around, fortunately. Oh! And then some bumping back behind as everybody tries to file in.
That was actually netcode with the 48 car on the 131 there. They didn't actually touch from my camera.
Let's take another look. You may be right. I wasn't 100% sure on that. See if we can get a different angle as they go through the turn. Yes, there was big netcode there. You're absolutely right.
They look to be 2 feet off each other.
At least. Wow, a heartbreak for some of these drivers. Fortunately, low speeds, minimal damage.
Yeah, 10-4. A lot of them will probably be okay.
Yeah, it didn't look like anybody had a very hard hit. Just a lot of drivers having to check up and try and avoid each other. It was kind of ironic to see they were several of them stopped on the back straightaway, and several just could not get it wound up in time.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's hard to see 5 or 6 cars ahead of you.
It is definitely hard to see ahead here, and the track gets really tiny really quickly. I mean, it looks like it's 3 or 4 lanes wide, but when you're out there, it's really not, and that safer barrier definitely makes it skinnier.
Certainly is. Not 4 lanes wide. You're lucky to get 2 through there.
Yeah, that 3 wide through 3 and 4 on the first lap, man, that was a bit crazy.
Yeah, it's way too early for that stuff. Those guys got to know that there's going to be some action in front of them.
I don't think they were expecting netcode off the front two, causing some action. But fortunately, Flying Ryan manages to hold on to the lead. His first career pole here tonight.
That's surprising. I would have thought better of Ryan than that. I mean, he's a pretty fast guy.
We've seen him in victory lane a whole bunch of times, but no, he had never had a pole, which surprised me. I got multiple messages today letting me know he was on the pole, and was like, wow. I didn't realize that was his first time either, but here we are, and now he'll start next to Brent Meckes as the light goes out and they stack back up.
Yeah, Brent's going to have a tough time on the outside here like Octavio did. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe Jimmy back there will give him a little help, being teammates and all.
That could very well be. It's going to be very interesting. Plus, you got McRecken now up into the top 4. And that, we talked about it last night during the Jones race. Having McRecken behind you is always a scary proposition.
Oh, God. And then you got the Roach, right behind him in 5th place restarting here. Man. That's a good reason why that's a good reason why I'm up here.
And look at that. Meckes shoots it off into turn 1, takes the lead. Frank Klein has a problem on the restart, but no caution yet. And McRecken's going to try and make the move to the high side for the lead.
He certainly was. I thought he was going to get him there for a minute.
I'm really surprised. Jose Godino and John Friley have had problems as well. Still no caution. We'll take a look at some of these incidents here in just a second. But, man, it's already getting spicy at the front.
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of bumping and grinding going on out there right now.
Yeah, you've got to get what you can get while you can get it. Let's take a look. The leaders are in trouble. Seems is around. Caution is out in turn 2.
Who was that? Is that John Friley?
I am not sure.
There's the number 26 car. He was broke going into 1 and couldn't get out of the way of the leaders, and they didn't see it.
That is a rough one, especially for Flying Ryan. Let's take a look first at Frank Klein and the incident that caused Friley to have problems. Frank Klein there on the restart at the back. Oh, he shot forward, then looked like he tried to get the good run at the start, and then got on the brakes hard. The car behind him gets into him. Then the incident that happened to Friley here, let's see. They were headed off into 3 and 4. Friley just pushes up, snaps loose, comes across Godino. And then we saw the incident with Flying Ryan. Of course, man, a rough start to this one for several fast drivers. And there you see Friley trying to get up out of the groove. The leader trying to come down, and Ryan tried to adjust. Just nowhere to go.
Wow.
And
man, that was a lot of carnage.
It was.
Good Lord. They just kept wrecking all the way through the field, man.
And they did. It was just a ginormous pile up in 1 and 2. And remember, without fast repairs, some of these guys that are getting caught up, they're going to have to get to pit road, get their cars fixed, and try and get back out. Earl seems not happy with what just happened as Flying Ryan completed his pit stop. Still some damage to that car, and that's a heartbreak for Ryan after that great run, putting him on the pole.
Yeah, that's a shame. You hate to see that with the leaders up there. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a couple of guys I don't care about, but yeah.
And looking through the back of the pack, there is a lot of banged up race cars. Several of them going back down pit road. But several of them that so far made it through clear, like Albie Hewins, Richie Joplin, Joe Campbell so far. Jason seems so far as clean, but man. And Brent Meckes has the lead.
Still does, yes. Fast lane still up at the front, looking pretty stout with 3 of the top 4 cars, 4 out of top 6.
Yeah,
All ahead of slow-mo seams.
They are definitely doing a great job here tonight. It's looking like we're getting a couple cars waved back around. Frank Klein headed back to the lead lap, and Sean Andrews thankfully waved back to the lead lap. Minimal damage to Sean, so hopefully he'll be able to maintain pace and stay in the fight tonight. Gosh, he's had such a bad run of luck.
That guy finds the most oddest ways to get thrown out of a race. There's some things you can't even script.
No, that is true. Hey, good evening, Ron. Yep, 300 laps indeed. Matt Bear, the defending champ, is also on and off pit road. That car has a bit of damage. Trying to get a closer look, and
still showing him on the lead lap, though. He's all right.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Long race.
Very long race. Lights are back out on the pace truck as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Everybody stacked back up side by side. Pace truck is in. They've got to go through 3 and 4 into the restart zone. Brent Meckes in control. Jimmy Johnson needs to pull up a little bit closer.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there.
And to the restart zone, Meckes.
He might have been making adjustments.
Meckes made a perfect launch. And McRecken now to second place.
That's probably what they were trying to avoid have happen there.
Jimmy Johnson slips back to third. Stephen Rex underneath looking for third. Matt Pelletier back in the car tonight, currently in fifth. Cristiano Roca in sixth. Man, this top 10 is pretty stacked, and Albie is in the top 10 tonight.
Wow, good to see that. Good old Albie. Love that guy.
It is good. I think Albie might be one of the most popular drivers in the field. He never ruffles feathers, gets along with everybody, and he has gotten faster and faster year after year as McRecken goes for the lead.
Yeah, it was going to be hard to keep that guy behind you.
It definitely was, and just shoots it through 1 and 2. Kyle McRecken Martin to the lead at Martinsville.
And I can tell you one thing, I don't think he's going to be saving fuel either.
No, I do not think this is a race you're going to conserve very much. Cristiano Roca battling with Pelletier now for fifth. Further back, there is a lot of battling going on. Several drivers trying to fight their way back toward the front. Octavio back up to 12th now, trying to fight his way forward. Flying Ryan is up to 14th.
Yeah, the Roach and Pelletier are still side by side there.
Hey, Mitch, hopefully next week, buddy.
Great battle there. Seems waiting to get there too.
The Roach, I had not heard that nickname yet.
Well, I can be dyslexic at times, it's not my fault.
Yeah, not only is Seams sitting there lurking, but Frank Klein has had another issue. Frank is having a rough start to this one.
Frank had a rough start last night. Even getting a driver into this race, so.
I had heard there were some problems there, but hopefully they get resolved. Let's see what happened with Frank this time.
Oh, 7 cars sent it in there way too deep, gets loose and loses 3 spots.
Oh, it looks like I couldn't tell what number car that was, just got under Frank and bumped him, spins him around. Keeps going, but Frank got stuck for a moment.
Frank was behind the bear there.
A rough start to the night.
Oh, absolutely.
Frank has had his first season in XCAL has not exactly gone his way.
I think if we take a ride in Matt's car there, you'll see, well, he's just slow. What's going on with him?
Matt Baird, look at, wow. Is he down on power? Let's see. He is appearing to be down on power. That car isn't revving above 4,000 RPM unless he is doing some very extreme. Oh, as he comes out of 4 and Juan Pablo around and on the front straightaway.
I think Matt may have put that thing in high gear and just going to let her roll and save some fuel.
You got to wonder. He's definitely way off the pace, but in no danger of being lapped. And we've seen him do some extreme fuel-saving stuff in the past. Let's see what happened with Juan Pablo. There's Juan Pablo. And Frank Klein right behind him.
Oh, McRecken bitten.
Frank got deep into the turn and sent Juan Pablo around.
Leader just went into the pits there, Doug.
That is unexpected. This is way too early for pit stops. We were looking at the pit window. About 65 to 75 laps. Hopefully we'll get an update on McRecken soon, because, man, that is not good.
Matt's going to show us how to go 80 laps here. He just went a lap down.
But will he be able to hang with the leaders now will be the question.
I don't know if he can do that if he's in 4th gear like that. If that's what he's doing. He may be hurt.
Yeah, I think he is, because he is quickly falling back from the leader. So King Matthew the Bear in trouble early. We've got several drivers in trouble early. Kyle Martin is already back on his way out of pit road, but you know, if he's playing a strategy game here, I got to wonder about it, because he's playing a strategy game based on a lot of green flag laps, but 2 cautions already. That does not lend itself to that.
I don't know. You might get a long green flag run here, but I don't think that's what he's doing here. I think he's too slow for that. I've watched Matt race a long time.
Well, I meant Kyle pitting so early. That's a crazy strategy.
That one I do not understand at all.
He was still at full speed. He had no damage to the car.
Couldn't have had a black flag. It was too long in the run. So I don't get it.
I don't either. Looking at his pit stop time, he was in his pit stall for 36 seconds roughly, so about a fuel stop.
No.
Very odd situation here early. Of course, I think so far tonight it's just been a series of odd situations. Rem Mecca, Stephen Rex, Jimmy Johnson, Cristiano Roca, and now Jason Seams into the top 5. As the race settles into a little bit of a rhythm here.
Yeah, it needed to calm down some. But it looks like we'll probably go green here for a little while.
Joe Campbell in 6, trying to look to the high side on J-Dog. Matt but Joe went really wide. Pelletier right behind, almost got a run. Octavio is now up there into 8th.
Oh, he's going to be coming, you know that.
Oh, yeah, and Richie Joplin has made his way to 10th. I know Richie in short track, and he is, I've seen him win here countless times. He's going to be a tough one to beat if he stays out of trouble.
I've never raced with him. I've never seen him before, actually. So I'm going to take your word for all that.
Well, he has raced in Nowski for years. In fact, got his first Nowski win backwards at Talladega. Multiple wins since then, but man, here at Martinsville, he raced in a special event here and won, and it hasn't mattered what car he's been in. He's always up toward the front when we're at Martinsville.
Good to know.
Lataro,
I guess he would be one of the favorites tonight then. He's already moved up quite a bit.
Definitely so. Lataro, who started the night with a big penalty, is now already up 12 spots into 14th. Albie Hewins drops back a little bit to 15th. And it looks like McRecken is closing in quickly on Matt Bear, trying to see who all is already a lap down. Looks like Michael DiCarlo at the moment at 20th, the first car 1 lap down.
Kyle's 2 laps down. I mean,
I'm just so
that's not bad. That's not bad for making a pit stop on the green, though.
It's really not, but I'm still so confused about what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is there. I mean, if that guy comes back and wins, I mean, he's smarter than I thought he was. 'Cause that wasn't very smart.
No, it was definitely not the best strategy move. Looking back through the field, Jared Mogard currently in 11th place. Sean Andrews has fought his way back up into 12th now. And Flying Ryan has started working his way forward up to 15th.
Make Martin get a little bumpy back there with one of my race cars. I'm hitting old Sean Patrick right in the butt there, trying to get him out of his way.
Well, I did say it's a push to pass track. You kind of got to push. Finally dives it under him into turn 1. And Brent Meck is continuing to lead. Goes around King Matthew the Bear again.
Again. Wow.
Yeah, there is definitely a problem in that car. And you know, he's one of those guys that he's not going to give up. He's going to stick it out, keep working on the car to see if he can get anything back. But the risk now is that engine completely blowing.
Yeah, it's weird that Matt started running slow like that. At the same time, Martin goes into the pits. I mean, did they know something?
They could very well. They could be smarter than us. I don't, it'd be odd, but you never know what's going to happen in an XCAL race, that's for sure. There's enough laps that everything potentially could happen.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I don't put nothing by the queen there. I mean, the king, the bear there, whatever he wants to call himself nowadays.
Worth noting, Frank Klein is back on the lead lap after multiple incidents.
Holy crap.
Up to 18th now as he fights his way back. And Juan Pablo is back out on track after getting that spin. But he is all the way back in 24th. His first XCAL start didn't go well.
I was just watching some racing in the back here, man. Wow. Not the very back, but that second clump there, 6th through 10th or whatever.
Yeah, it is getting wild. Plus, they're in lap traffic now, and that makes things even more interesting, especially with the extremely slow Matt Bear. As Matt Pelletier trying to hold off Octavio.
Man, is he.
Mason Foster back in the car tonight, too, up to 10th.
Yeah, good to see Mason back. He's a good kid.
He definitely is. It's always great to see him out on track. And, man, not a guy I'd want to be racing against. He is extremely fast and, more importantly, just extremely consistent over a season.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. He's a good kid. He runs very well. I tried to get him to run for me last year, I think it was, but he had other plans.
Octavio closing back in on Pelletier. Pelletier on the back bumper of Joe Campbell. J-Dog seems still holding on in the top 5. A great run for that car. And wait a minute, he is not carrying the logo this week, is he?
No, he does not have to carry it this week because, I didn't race last week. He served his penalty. So he's free and clear to, run whatever slow-mo paint job he wants.
Is anybody carrying the logo here tonight is the question.
No.
Oh.
No. No, but I tell you what, I did buy that blanket, and I tell you, that blanket is actually pretty cool.
It does look kind of comfy.
My Corvette really thinks it is.
I'm sure it does. That was a beautiful Corvette, by the way.
Thank you very much.
You probably should bring it to me to test drive it, though.
Probably, right?
Steven Rex clearing Jose Godino, now going a lap down as we approach the first round of pit stops.
We probably got a little bit. They probably gained 10 laps by having those cautions.
That is true. They probably got maybe even a little bit
70,
more.
75 laps probably we'll see them come in.
Probably a little bit more than that, because I know a few of the drivers out here do tend to clutch or kill the engine throughout their pace laps all race long.
Yeah, there are some guys who will do that. Yep. I do not think anybody in fast lane will be clutching tonight at all. After last week, or the last race at Bristol, yeah, I don't think that's very popular.
Well, it looks like the leaders are coming up on Frank Klein, and as the leaders go around, we're going to take our first commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. All right, folks, we are back, and as you saw coming soon, the XCAL All-Star event. But before that, Lucas Oil Raceway next Tuesday night. Don't forget to tune back in. Don't forget to hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family. As Steven Rex gave up the lead, he is the first leader on pit road, a little bit earlier than what we were anticipating with the early cautions.
Well, I think he was getting the worst mileage out of the crew, but that's still kind of early. I thought he would have done a little better than that, but go ahead.
It is definitely a bit different to see that. We'll see how everybody else plays out. Michael DiCarlo pitted early. That probably is a strategy move, and Sean Andrews has come to pit road now, so we might be seeing the start. No, here comes Brent Meckes now in.
Yep.
That'll give the lead to Jimmy Johnson here, and we've got more. Jason Seams, Joe Campbell, Richie Joplin, Cristiano Roca. Wow, okay, so we are seeing, and it looks like a lot of folks may be sticking with their original fuel strategies.
Did Matt come in?
Pelletier is still out. He is now up into second place, and Jimmy Johnson is staying out longer as well. And it may come down to a gearing issue, as we've seen at some of these tracks here lately. One click up or down on the gear can... Oh, here comes Jimmy. One click up or down on the gear makes a huge difference in the fuel strategy.
Well, yeah, it makes a big difference on how you come into the corner.
Matt Pelletier now has the lead at the line. His first lap's led tonight, and I believe...
He should be coming in now.
I don't know that he has actually led any laps this season before now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did he lead any at Bristol? I think that's the only race he ran.
Yeah, I don't think he led any at Bristol. Might have led one or two under caution, but I don't think he did. So great to see Pelletier back out front. Octavio now in second. A few of these drivers, Frank Klein is in. A few of these drivers did pit under the cautions. Octavio is in. That's a surprise to see Octavio in.
Before Matt, yeah, I agree.
Albie Hewen's in, Frank Klein in.
There comes Matt.
Matt Pelletier headed to pit road. Jared Mogard cycling around. Oh, that was Mogard earlier that got into Klein.
Well, that's a shock.
I'm guessing there's a little bad blood there.
There's a lot of bad blood there. There's not enough mosquitoes to carry all that bad blood.
I got you. Well, Earl Seams is going to start testing tomorrow for the road course. He'll be back in one of the Seams, busting at the Seams cars, as Mogard has the lead. Lataro now up to second. Lataro's been on a steady march. He has got to hope for a caution here that keeps him out toward the front. He's going to continue to stay out. Flying Ryan pitted on that caution, as did Jose Godino. Both of them able to stay out a bit longer. Flying Ryan, what a heartbreak so far tonight. Hopefully, strategy falls his way and he can get back up to the front. His first ever pole position, and then on a restart, due to a lap car, just gets turned around and has been fighting back ever since.
It looks like he's running pretty good now. So he would have pitted later.
Pitted on lap 13 along with Godino.
Right.
As Lataro now takes the lead, and Jason Seams has had a problem. No caution yet. He is rolling again down the back straightaway.
Like he spun it going into one. You know.
Yeah, that does tend to happen here. He was on cold tires, having just come off pit road, and the inside here does have a tendency to get a little greasy once some tire has been laid down.
Yeah, he went in too hot on the outside.
That'll do it. Let's see if we can see.
That's a slow-mo move for you.
There is J-Dog coming down the front straightaway. The 24 just ahead of him sends it a little deep, and yeah, just goes for a 360. Gets stuck down on the apron for a moment, gets her rolling again and fired, but man, big setback.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt him. Yellow. What happened?
Caution is out. Looks like Albie Hewins and Frank Klein involved. Klein is definitely having a rough night. Let's take a look. Albie there in the 55. Frank Klein right behind him. Albie off into... Oh, and Frank just had a better run into the turn. Gets into Albie's bumper and sends him around. Albie recovers, but does lose a couple of spots. And guess who just got lucky? Flying Ryan and Lataro.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That was really bad driving by Frank Klein right there. I mean, he's racing against guys that are slower than him. He knows that. He's going to go in high to try to undercut the guy coming out of 4 and just slams him right in the butt.
Well, Flying Ryan has completed his pit stop, is now scored in second place, and should be waved back to the lead lap. Lataro on pit road, the only car currently scored as a lead lap car due to all that. But we'll see once pit stops cycle through.
It's going to be like Bristol all over again.
Edmund, you're cracking me up there.
I said it's going to look like Bristol all over again. I mean,
yeah.
You're going to have guys on all kinds of different laps now.
Definitely so. Ryan is coming back to pit road along with Kyle Martin. Lataro still on pit road. Stephen Rex staying out.
Yeah, they just pitted, so he's got to stay out now. He's got to try to get the wave.
Well, it's interesting to see Kyle Martin and Ryan Seams both on pit road. Lataro may end up being the only car on the lead lap here in a moment.
He hasn't pitted yet, though, has he? He's got to pit now.
Lataro has pitted. Yeah, he came to pit road immediately after the caution came out and has completed his pit stop, so he is coming back in.
I thought so.
You know what? And looking at the stop times, it does look like those guys, that first stop, may have only taken 2 tires or may have not filled up. They're trying to maintain their position.
Exactly.
I mean, it takes, 18 seconds, 20 seconds for a single tank of fuel? Or for a single can of fuel, rather.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. I know it's over 4 tires.
So Flying Ryan is back in second, depending on where Lataro comes out. Lataro is on his way out. And we'll see once Lataro goes back around the start-finish line. But from the look of it, Lataro will be the only car on the lead lap. Then it'll be... Nope, Lataro is on the lead lap along with Flying Ryan, Kyle Martin, Stephen Rex, Brent Mekas, and Jimmy Johnson.
Now things get interesting.
Yeah, because you've got Octavio Cristiano and Joe Campbell, the first 3 cars 1 lap down. You know they're going to be wanting a caution for... They're going to be screaming debris on the track.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mogart, Pelletier, Campbell, the cockroach there, and Octavio. Yeah, they're going to battle.
It's, things are about to heat up because these guys have to get themselves into a position where they are the first 3 cars 1 lap down to try. And it looks like, because of the way pit stop shook out, a couple of drivers may be getting waved around here. Waiting to see how everything shakes out as race control gets everybody lined back up where they're supposed to be. But as of now, 6 cars on the lead lap, and great to know Flying Ryan is back on the lead lap. He is in second place, however, he is way back in the field with a bunch of lap cars between him and Lataro, but I bet it won't take him long to come through that field.
No.
And Lautaro, or Octavio rather, has a big advantage. His teammate is the one holding him a lap down, and his teammate is right in front of him.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy one.
Pace car is in, and Matt Bear is at the front of the field. Not
Boy,
on
is
the
that going to
lead
be
lap.
interesting.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to go high on the restarter. There may be a problem. Matt fires. He is away. Green flag is in the air, and Matt had some speed as he launched. However, Lautaro's quickly back to his bumper. How long can he may have had speed through the first three and hit fourth gear and lost it.
No, I mean, he's still got speed.
Second place, Flying Ryan. Third place, Kyle Martin, trying to fight their way through lap traffic to get up into the lead battle. Lautaro is around Matt Bear, and his teammate Octavio just a bit behind.
McRecken and Ryan Seams. They got a race going on.
They're mired in heavy lap traffic, trying to fight their way back up toward the front. McRecken trying to fight through a field of lap traffic. I would hate to be one of those lap cars.
You don't want to be in front of that guy at all. I speak from experience.
So far,
you can send that guy Christmas cards for 20 years, he's still going to hit you in the ass going into one.
He is cutting through a lot of traffic right now, trying to get back to the front, but he is stuck behind a couple of cars, not giving up any room. Now Johnny Evans moves up out of the groove to let McRecken by. Sean Andrews has come back into pit road. His bad luck has not broken yet.
Nah, I hate it for that guy.
Lautaro way out front. Octavio is right to his bumper. I'm willing to bet as soon as Octavio gets close enough, Lautaro moves over and lets him by, puts him back on the lead lap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's some team.
He's got almost a half a track lead on Martin anyway.
He does, and he'll be in lap traffic before he knows it.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt Lautaro to let Octavio by.
Stephen Rex back and forth. Brett Meckes in fifth. Jimmy Johnson in sixth. The six lead lap cars at the moment. Man, that caution during the cycle of pit stops really threw everything for a loop.
Yeah, the way they lined back up was really goofy. I don't know why they... What happened?
It does get a little weird with the way that cycles through and everybody lines up. But, man, some of these guys are doing a great job fighting their way back toward the front. Kyle Martin is opening doors. Flying Ryan has been able to get through most of them. However, he got stuck now behind Johnny Evans.
Oh, yeah?
And Stephen Rex starting to close back in on Ryan. Bringing Brent with him. Jimmy Johnson lurking right behind.
Yeah, the fast lane guys are running pretty good tonight. Just trying to take it easy, stay out of trouble.
No,
those are pretty smart guys right there.
Fastlane has had a great season to be. I do believe this is the first time Fastlane has ever led the team points, if I'm not mistaken.
First year, that's for sure. But yeah, we've led it for about 2 months now.
Yes,
this year,
you have.
anyway.
And you've been on a tear ever since. So it's been awesome to see.
Yeah, we've just been trying to put really good guys. We're all good friends here. You know, we don't have no super hot shoes and shit like that. Just a bunch of good friends racing.
Well, let's see. Flying Ryan trying to find his way through the field. Let's see what it looks like from Ryan's nose cam as he comes down the front straightaway into turn one, finally starting to work through some lap traffic, and you see just how close these guys are getting and how hard they are pushing. Back down the back straightaway up against the wall into turn 3. Closing back in on Johnny Evans, which so far is the only lap car that Brian has been unable to get past.
Johnny Evans, good driver, from what I hear.
From what we've seen this season, he has been one of the newer drivers, but has put on quite a show, has been battling for some wins in several races.
Yeah, action seems to find the guy. I think this is his biggest issue right now.
Trying to look to see where Evans currently is scored, back in 25th, just trying to fight his way and pick up some positions here. Sean Andrews is back out on track in 24th. Steven seems back out on track in 23rd, and Juan Pablo back out on track in 22nd. But man, it has been a difficult night for those few cars involved in those early incidents.
Yeah, like I told the guys before I left there for the race, be smart, look way ahead. Gotta miss the big one.
It is so hard to look ahead here too. Being smart is having a foot on the brake is usually the best solution.
For sure.
Just having that foot there watching, because this is such a tough track. You're braking. These cars, you can go a lot longer than like a NASCAR car before you get into the turn, but everybody has a different braking zone. And it makes incidents happen if one guy brakes before the guy behind him does.
Did Clayton Wise just go around there? Oh man, he saved it. Wow. I was riding in the in-car of Brett Meckes right there, and Clayton Wise got loose right in front of him. I thought he was going to spin it.
Clayton Wise currently in 18th and battling Sean Andrews, not on the same lap. Looks like Clayton trying to run down Albie Hewins in 17th. Clayton in that 25 car, and Albie Hewins just ahead in the 55 as Matt Baer continues to drop. You know what's funny is he has the speed through the turns, and he may actually have. Let's take a look at Baer's in-car. He is getting more RPMs out of the car, up to 6,000, 6,500.
Well, that's about it.
So he is pretty much back up to full power, but then you have to worry, due to the damage and pushing the car, he really has to worry about the potential of the engine blowing.
Yeah, the longer it goes.
Oh, Joe Campbell is on pit road unexpectedly. This is definitely not in his pit window.
Well, he can make it from here on 2 more stops.
That is true. Could very well be a strategy move where he can eliminate a pit stop along the way.
Especially, it's pretty stretched out right now. They're less likely to have a caution.
The leaders go by Juan Pablo now. Yeah, the field is starting to stretch out just a little bit. Now that Kyle Martin in second has cleared a lot of traffic, Flying Ryan sits in third. Stephen Rex back in fourth. Brent Meckes in fifth. Jimmy Johnson still holding on to sixth. Octavio in seventh, right behind his teammate, the leader. Mogard currently in eighth. Matt Pelletier in ninth. Richie Joplin back in the top 10. Mason Foster sitting in 11th. Cristiano Roca 12th. Sean Patrick in 13th. J-Dog Seams back to 14th after that spin. And Jose Godino in 15th.
Good run for Jose after getting in trouble early.
Exactly, and he is one to watch on that strategy because he will stretch that fuel. May not be the fastest one out there, but at the end of the race, he's in the top 10.
Yeah, I think I heard old Gerald say before that Jose was their fuel guy on that team there, so those guys get really good fuel mileage. He must be a calculating fool in that car.
I will tell you, Gerald told me one time, Jose is a human calculator, can just sit there and do all the math in his head for all the team the entire time while he's driving a race car and not doing too bad.
Yeah, if I try to do that, I usually forget to pit.
I probably would do the exact same thing.
Looks like 4th, 5th, and 6th are swapping positions a little bit.
Yeah, Steven Rex is trying to close the gap on Ryan Seams, but stuck in lap traffic. Now Jimmy Johnson, Brent Mekas, all right there together. Jimmy now back into the top 5.
Let's see if Mogart's going to let Rex by him here. They're not on the same lap.
Well, will Albie move up the track and let him by? Albie's generally not one to fight. And considering he's back in 16th, Albie's not giving it up easy here. Michael DiCarlo.
No, he's putting on a good fight.
Yeah. Now they got to come around the lap car of Michael DiCarlo back in 20th. DiCarlo's races have started getting a little bit better week in and week out. He had that top 10 a few weeks ago, top 15 run at Bristol.
And a great run of 8th or something, I think, at Phoenix.
Yeah. Managing to avoid a lot of chaos to come home in 8th at Phoenix. That was an awesome run. I keep telling him he needs to put some of that Navy Joe coffee into the gas tank. That car would blow everybody out of the water.
Right, maybe you should send me some of that stuff, man. Because as a driver, I'm a little slow.
You and me both. Where do you think my Navy Joe coffee goes?
Yeah.
Steven Seams is on pit road now. About roughly within his window.
Close. Ooh, Albie's fighting tough.
Albie has been fighting. He definitely wants to move back up, but now up to the outside. He's going to lose a little bit of ground. However, the drivers around him likely going to let him back in line. He's not going to be stuck out there very long once Mekas is by. Sean Andrews likely to let Albie back in. They were formerly teammates before Albie formed his team.
Yeah. Yeah, which is surprising. I thought Albie was going to come race with Fastlane, but yeah, he decided to do it on his own, and I applaud him for it.
Well, definitely a great start to the season. And folks, we're going to take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we will take a look from the blimp. Stay with us, everybody. All right, folks, we are back, and under caution, an incident with Steven Seams brought out the caution here on lap 1. Well, it brought it out about lap 130. Let's take a look. Seams heads off into turn 3. He went to pit road. After he came off pit road, coming out of turn 4, sends it deep into 1 and 2. Not the first time we have seen that tonight. Gets up out of the groove into the marbles and goes around. Don't forget, next week we are at Lucas Oil. Things are going to get slippery there. Tonight's race brought to you by the XCAL Racing Web Shop. New green fire tee, Austin Edwards fire goat tee, and the Flaming Karma Racing team tee are out. Also, tonight's event is brought to you by Tri-E Inc. and the Cooler Crew, and race control equipment provided by Admin Box. Use promo code XCAL-BOX to save 10% on all orders at www.adminbox.com. After the pit stop cycled through, Lataro still has the lead. Flying Ryan back on the front row in second. Kyle Martin now in third. Brent Meckes in fourth. Pelletier now in fifth. Mason Foster up to sixth. Jared Mogard in seventh. Stephen Rex now in eighth. And Jimmy Johnson, the last car on the lead lap, in ninth.
Things are going to get interesting.
They definitely are. Everybody packed back up. The leaders back up in here in the fight, and 9 cars back on the lead lap.
Wow.
Pace truck is back in. Lataro in control.
Wow. He got Ryan up in the marbles.
Yeah, he did. Out of 4, green flag back in the air. Lataro sends it. And Jason Seams battling with the lap car, the 25 of
Ooh, Jason Seams goes around.
Clayton Wise into turn 3 and moves clear. A few lap cars mixed in with the leaders here.
That was slow-mo Seams again.
And looks like caution is back out. Sean Andrews, Stephen Rex, Frank Clyde, Jimmy Johnson all involved. Sean Andrews has sadly towed the pit road again. And a heartbreaking night for Sean. Let's see what happened. Sean there on the outside behind Albie.
Like Frank Klein get into Steve Rex.
Up the track, Kyle Martin barely misses that, and then he gets it towed to pit road before it gets any worse. Then as you were saying, there was a second reaction to this as everybody went off into turn 3. Frank Klein shot to the high side on Steven Seams, and everybody stacks up. The 11 goes around, but everybody manages to avoid contact for the most part.
Looks like Sean's got a DQ tonight for 2 cautions called on him.
Oh, that is a heartbreak.
That's for sure. All right, so we got 9 cars on the lead lap. A couple of them going to come back.
Yeah, I was going to say, we should get 3 more around. Several cars, though, on pit road is going to make it interesting to see which cars get the wave.
Yeah. That always baffles me. I never know what to do. Stay out, go in. Just like any, mini, miny, mo. Whatever I do is usually wrong. At least that's what the wife says.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Matt Pelletier is now up into second place. Ryan in third, Lataro in fourth, but McRecken is out front. At least everybody's safe from him.
Yeah, everybody's safe as long as they're behind him.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be behind them.
No. Steven Rex is on pit road. We saw him go around, did not get any damage. Cristiano Roca back on the lead lap. Octavio Rondoletto and Jose Godino also. Wait a minute. Octavio. Oh, no, they have not been waved around. Excuse me.
They just now got the wave. Octavio, Jose, and Joplin.
Oh, good deal. Octavio, Jose Godino, and Richie Joplin all waved around. So we'll have 13 cars back on the lead lap.
I think 12. Joplin was actually 2 laps when he got the wave, I believe, so he'll still be 1 lap down.
Ah, okay. But on the way back toward the front, not a surprise for Richie. Mogard
Absolutely.
coming out in 10th.
Wow.
Mogard has fought back. We saw him in that early incident with Frank Klein. He has fought back from a couple of laps down to be back up in 10th.
Listen, who has Frank Klein not hit tonight? Seriously.
Um,
Hasn't he been involved in like 3 of our cautions?
I think he's been at least caught up in, I think, just about every one of them.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I mean, if he's, he seems to be right in the right place at the right time every time.
Oh yeah, he's very lucky like that.
It's about like me. That's the kind of luck I have. I'm always in the right place, the right time, and I always get involved.
Yeah, but Frank actually beats the accident to the accident. Just saying.
Page's truck is back in. McRecken and Pelletier on the front row. Flying Ryan Brimekis right behind him. Green flag back in the air just shy of halfway, and Kyle sends it into 1 to clear Pelletier.
Steven C's up in the marbles again, coming off at 2.
Ooh, yeah, he looked like he may have kissed the wall. Was he pulling the, what do you call it when they try and ride the wall around here?
Oh, oh, what's his name? Chastain?
Yeah, he was trying to pull a Chastain there.
Yeah, except you got to stay on the gas for that.
Oh, gotcha.
Pelletier going for the lead here on McMartin.
Oh, that was kind of not expected, especially on that restart.
And Matt's flexing a little bit of muscle. Martin holding him good. McMartin holding him well on the outside, though.
He definitely was trying to fight back. Looks like Michael DiCarlo has had a problem back behind us. We've got a battle on for the lead.
They are dooring the piss out of each other, too.
They are. I imagine that started with Kyle trying to pin him down, but Kyle's coming out on the losing end, and can Flying Ryan make it to the inside? Jared
3
Mogard.
wide, 3 wide.
Mogard has had a problem. Kyle is drifting out of 4. Wow.
We had a lap car there go into 3. McMartin getting loose coming out at 2. Lap car going into 3 made everybody go a lane higher, and they didn't like it up there.
No, they did not. Up in those marbles is not a fun place. Let's see what happened with DiCarlo and Mogard a moment ago. Mogard coming out of the turn down the front straightaway toward turn 1. And the 2 car just pushes up. He gets turned down into Albie. DiCarlo quickly gets the car turned around and going, but lost a lot of track position. Jared Mogard also had a problem. We talked about it a moment ago. Mogard has been fighting his way back toward the front, right on the bumper of Jada. Oh, he got the curbing in the middle of turn 2, and man, that is not a happy feeling.
No. That's very hairy.
That curbing is not your friend. Brent Mackus has started blinking. Looks like it calmed down as soon as I said something, so maybe I was helpful.
Let's hope that's the case. We do not want to lose guys up there like that for blinking, who very rarely blink.
This is definitely true. Mogart did keep it going and is still holding on in the lead lap in 11th. Mason Foster now back up into the top 10. Cristiano Roca in 9th. Roca wanted a top 10 tonight to make sure he could get himself into the All-Star race, as we've got Clayton Wise, Juan Pablo wrecking back behind.
Oh, right in front of the leaders.
It's getting scared. They start spreading out, and yet still we get chaos. Let's see what happened. There's Clayton coming out of turn 2. Heads back down into 3. Albie right. Oh, Albie just gets, I think he got a little bit of the curbing. Got into him, and Juan Pablo just nowhere to go. A tough hit for Juan Pablo.
Kyle Martin making moves back up the top 5 here. Back into 3rd.
And he is
inside the quarter of the second place car.
And he is not afraid to use that bumper.
He ain't afraid to use any part of that car. We just hit Jimmy in the ass again.
Yeah, you have to wonder when Austin gets the bill for this race, will he have... Oh!
He just spun him.
He did, and Flying Ryan sneaks through. But Jimmy Johnson is in the wall, and caution.
That caution should have came out a straightaway ago.
Let's take another look at that incident with McRecken.
That was pretty self-explanatory.
It pretty much was. McRecken was beating and banging on Jimmy. These two have raced together in multiple leagues before. So Jimmy knows how he raced and almost had it saved at one point. There it is. Jimmy almost has it saved, but get turned up into the marbles and it just sent him to the outside wall. Both drivers do continue going, but
Jimmy is not going to be good. He's going to have damage on the nose. He's going to have to get fixed.
Yeah, what the? There is a battle on pit road with McRecken. This is something, I mean, I've seen guys battling it out, you know, on entry and on exit, but all the way down pit road, it looked like the 66 was actually banging doors with McRecken on pit road.
Well, McRecken is, yeah. He makes it 3 wide on pit lane. I mean,
yeah. That car is Kyle's car has got a ton of damage. He is using it up tonight. The body shop will not be happy.
I can't see the incidents, but between him and Frank Klein, I bet they can fund the next race.
I'm willing to bet next week's purse, folks, at Lucas Oil is going to be huge after tonight's race. The incident points this season, I believe, are, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, a quarter per incident.
Yes, a quarter. Yeah. Yes, thank God. because some of these guys, you know, they act like they're Rockefeller out here.
They definitely do. And some of these drivers have accumulated a lot of incident points. You can get 1 incident point for just tagging the wall, 2 to 4 for banging into another car. So a lot of incident points will be handed out here tonight, and I am quite sure some of these drivers, owners are not going to be pleased.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Are you watching your drivers closely, telling them, please don't hit anybody?
No, I don't tell my guys that. I err on the side of caution with them. I let them run the race. Just tell them to be smart, man. That's all. Do what you do.
Well, we saw the start of this race get really, really bumpy. A couple of early cautions. Then we had that long green flag run, but as soon as we hit the halfway point, it just started getting bumpy again. And we're going to have more cars back on the lead lap now. It looks like Richie Joplin, Jose Godino are back on the lead lap.
They certainly are. Jimmy Johnson's still out there. He coming into pits? That thing got to be hurt a little
He's
bit.
on pit road at the moment, headed back out. And surprisingly, the front end on that car does not look too bad. The hood looks a little banged up, but overall, considering how he hit the wall, man, he looks pretty good.
Well, that's good to hear since I own it. I don't want to buy another radiator this week. I already bought 4 from last week.
Well, while we're under caution, we'll take we'll take a look from the How to Suck at iRacing blimp once we go back to green and tell you what we've got coming up. As we've got a lot of good stuff coming up soon. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of YouTube shorts coming out over the next few days, and I'm going to have quite a few from this race as well. So I imagine I'll be spending the rest of the week, all my free time, working on YouTube shorts. Yeah. Oh, lights just came back on the pace car. Now the lights are back out on the pace truck. Aaron decided he's going to let them go back to green. Jimmy Johnson did maintain the lead lap back in 11th, and Kyle Martin is still in the lead lap in 13th. And Kyle's nose is smaller than usual. It's gotten squeezed closed just a little bit, showing you how much he's using those fenders.
He's using the shit out of his nose. I'm surprised he's got any left.
Yeah, he definitely has had a rough one, using the heck out of it as we come out of turn 4 and into the zone. Green flag back in the air, and Brent makes a perfect launch.
Pelletier dives under seams going into 1. Coming off, he's going to take it.
Yep, seems still holding on to the top 3, but Lautaro and Octavio there together. Cristiano right behind them. How bad do you not want to see those 3 cars, because you know how well they work together. How bad do you not want to see those 3 cars coming up behind you teamed up together?
No, you don't want to see those guys behind you at all. Especially the Roach. Roach will use you up.
Well, they are there. Seams managing to get down in line. And let's take a look from the How to Suck at iRacing blimp and talk about what's coming this week. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, the Nowski Nation is back as their playoffs continue. It's definitely going to be a wild night in that one. Then Thursday night, Home Motorsports at 7 Eastern. And don't forget the HTSAI Community Convoy starting at 8 Eastern. The Unicorn will be out on the road. Also, don't forget to check in tomorrow as it is the Unicorn's birthday. We will have a post up tomorrow morning. Everybody, make sure you come tell Angie happy birthday. Sunday morning, GT3 NSS is back, and Sunday evening, BRR Cup Series is back. The new season begins at Daytona. Jones BS Racing is back on Monday. And of course, next Tuesday, we are back here with XCAL for Lucas Oil Speedway.
That's going to be a slick one.
Yes, it is. That track is just tricky.
Absolutely. I'm probably going to skip that one too.
I have not driven that one in a street stock, but everything I've driven it in, other than that, it's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean the street stocks there aren't too bad, but it's just You got to be so precise on the line. Kills me. Oh, Brent's still up there holding off Lataro.
And Clayton Wise has had a problem back behind. Well, you're right, Lataro trying to close the gap, but not getting as much. Oh, looks like Lataro gets the better run into the corner, but Mekas gets the better run out of the corner, and that is the key here at Martinsville, is get that good run out.
Absolutely, you got to put power down.
Octavio sitting in third, Flying Ryan holds fourth, Matt Pelletier in fifth, Mason Foster up to sixth now. Roca in seventh, Stephen Rex in eighth, Richie Joplin has moved into ninth, and Jimmy Johnson just took 10th place from Kyle Martin, and it looked like Kyle may have given him a lot of room. Let's take a look at that pass.
He should have.
Oh, undoubtedly. Let's see as they go off into the turn. Oh no, McRankin got uber loose through 3 and 4, and Jimmy just walked by him.
That McMartin knows one.
Well, regardless, I mean, he should have moved and given Jimmy the room on that one.
Right. Oh, here we go with Frank Klein out there again. That guy's hit everything.
Has he hit the pace car yet?
Yes, and you know how hard that is in iRacing.
I have said for years, and I may have to send an email to iRacing support again. They need to, on week 13, make the pace truck and the pace cars randomly solid. So when people are goofing off, they run up and they hit it, and they're like, "Oh crap, that thing's solid now."
Make it like a bulldozer.
Oh gosh, yes. Jose Cadino is in. That is unexpected. In 16th place, Cadino on pit road.
Yeah, it's too early. You can't do it from there.
Not yet, but with 120 laps to go, here in about 40 laps, everybody will be able to make it on fuel. So let's take our quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take you through the field. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Lataro out front with Octavio as they come through lap traffic, flying Ryan to third. Brent Mekas in fourth, and Pelletier up to fifth. Just about 110, 109 laps to go. And Jeff, I have to ask, looking at the way this race is played out, are we done with the cautions? Do we see a long green flag run to the end?
Man, I'd have to bet on a caution. I just gotta.
Well, there's a few drivers out there that things have been rocky for. Let's say that.
Oh yeah, Frank Klein. Yes, absolutely.
And suddenly, I don't know if you noticed this, but McCracken went to pit road. He's completed a pit stop, but it has dropped him back to 19th. I have to wonder if that car had a problem after that last incident with Jimmy Johnson.
Hey, he did a weird early pit thing last time too. Remember?
Oh yes, he did.
Early in the race.
Early in the race, he pitted on lap 30. Unexpectedly, you got okay. So this may be part of his master plan, and you got to wonder when he's out here racing, is Austin Edwards on the pit box helping him?
Yeah, can you imagine?
No,
I don't know. I don't know if he is. I think he kind of lets his guys just wing it.
Yeah, I think so too, because Austin has won here in the past, so we know he knows how to win. If he was going to be at the race for anything, the GOAT would be in the car. Well, let's take a quick run through the field, see where all your favorite drivers are, starting with Lataro Lamperti. The Butcher is out front. Octavio Rondoletto, now the current leader of the most valuable driver, currently in second place, trying to break away there. Flying Ryan Seams started on the pole for the first time ever, but that early incident sent him way back. Ryan has played strategy and speed, made it all the way to third. Brent Mekas now up into fourth place. Brent has been in the top five all night and doing a great job leading that team. Matt Pelletier sits right behind him in fifth. Great to see Matt back in the car. Mason Foster also back in the car tonight in sixth. Cristiano Roca currently runs in seventh. That puts like 4 of the Flaming Karma cars in the top 10. Stephen Rex currently in 8th. Jimmy Johnson in 9th after that incident with Kyle Martin. And caution is out as Richie Joplin in 10th. And Frank Klein appears to be involved.
Get out of here. You got to be kidding.
Looks like Frank
No, it's Frank Klein.
Frank around in 3 and 4. Let's see what happened here.
Holy crap.
Frank came out of 2 right in front of Jared Mogard.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, Mogard sends it off. Oh, Mogard just gets into him, sends him around.
He told him he was gonna.
And he gets the car stopped. Unfortunately, the leaders were coming. The caution wasn't out yet, so he got stuck and lost a lot of ground. A close call for Joe Campbell, but wow.
And Mogart goes by and probably with a finger out the window.
Probably. And Steven Seams just said his car is toast. A heartbreaking night. We were looking forward to seeing Steven have a great run. He has been improving, but still a ways to go, looks like.
Look at here. Matt Bear's only 3 laps down. Still, only 3 laps down. And he's in the pit road right now.
He is in 17th place. He's been picking up a spot here and a spot there. You gotta wonder. We've seen Matt Bear stretch the fuel. We're at 100 laps to go. Most of these drivers talking 65 to 75 laps on fuel. I'm wondering, we've seen some guys go a little further than that. I'm wondering if anybody would risk it and try and go from here.
Where? No, you can't go from here. You can if there's like 2 more cautions, though.
Yeah. And that could play into it. This caution obviously giving them a few extra laps of fuel, but yeah, they
I can't even tell you who's leading right now.
well,
Looks like Lamperti and Octavia, right?
Yep, Lautaro Lamperti, Octavio, Flying Ryan, Matt Pelletier, Brett Meckes, your top 5. Cristiano Roca, Stephen Rex, Mason Foster. Jared Mogart is scored in 9th, but still on pit road. Jimmy Johnson now takes 9th, and we'll see if some of these drivers get waved back around. Looks like Richie Joplin's coming back to the lead lap, and we could see Albie back on the lead lap here.
Wow. You would think Mogart's going to be going to the back of the pack here after getting in the decline there.
He is sitting on pit road. That could be his black flag. Definitely going to be an interesting finish to this. Everybody just a little bit short on fuel. Some cars heavily damaged.
Quite a bit short right now.
Yeah, quite a bit. About 20 laps.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening, JR. I don't know. Looking at who's on the lead lap right now, Jeff, who do you think has the best shot?
Yeah, if I'm a betting man, I'm taking Octavia. I mean, I love seeing all the fast lane guys up there doing good tonight, but Octavia's going to be hard to beat.
Especially with half his team up there giving him a hand. Hey, good evening, Kirk Marvel, cheering on Richie Joplin.
I mean, they may get split up here.
They
Toro's
could.
probably going to be out by himself here with Seams and maybe Pelletier in between him and Octavia.
Could very well be, as here we go, out of 4. Green flag back in the air. Lautaro fires quickly. Octavio able to get into line.
Yeah, that was communicated.
Yeah, that was a planned restart as Pelletier moves into 3rd past Seams. Seams trying to shoot to the bottom.
Not quite. Pelletier get in here in front of Brett.
Stephen Rex, Cristiano Roca have had a problem at caution. Back out, lap 205.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened. Both drivers were in the top 10 battling it out.
Yep. That, looked like Rex got him in the butt there a little bit. Not like the Roche didn't have it coming, that's for damn sure.
Rex just gets that better drive mid-turn and gets right into Roca's quarter panel. Both drivers go around.
Both drivers in the pits right now.
Looks like both drivers, though, minimal damage on that one.
Yeah, it looked like they both got it woed up pretty good before it hit the wall.
Jimmy Johnson is back on pit road as well.
He's probably still got damage he's getting repaired.
That's what I am thinking. Richie Joplin pitted on the last stop, and as Mason Foster appears to be coming to pit road, that's going to move Meckes back up to 5th and Richie up to 6th. And we talked about the fuel strategy right before we went back to green. They need 1 or 2 cautions. There's number 1.
I don't know if that was such a good idea.
Steven Rex is on pit road. Jose Godino, Matt Bear, Kyle Martin on pit road. Matt has moved back up into 16th.
Steve is not going to have very much time at pit road to do anything. Unless he's just fueling up.
Take a look and see. Does look like he is just getting fuel. Yep, just fuel and fires.
Interesting.
Could be the top off some of these drivers need to make it to the finish with the caution. They will restart about lap 210, leaving them 10 to 20 laps short depending on their fuel strategy.
Well, the guys in the back, I bet, are going to lay off the fuel.
And looks like Mogard is getting waved back around to the lead lap. And
Yeah, but where's Frank?
Jason Seams getting waved back around, and somebody we haven't talked about much, Sean Patrick will now be back on the lead lap.
No, I think Sean's still going to be 1 lap down.
We'll see.
But he's working his way there. It's a good run for Sean tonight in 14th place. I'm proud of him. Proud of him.
It definitely is a good run for him. He has struggled all season long.
he struggled just to make it in the car.
Hey, good evening, Matt Moniak.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
It took me out of the Charlotte race at the beginning of the year. No hard feelings, man. Don't worry about it.
Lataro Octavio on the front row, Flying Ryan, Matt Pelletier on the second, Brim Mekas, Richie Joplin have the third row, Albie Hewins, Mason Foster, Jimmy Johnson, and Cristiano Roca, your top 10. Yep, Albie back in the top 10.
7th place. Way to go, buddy.
Matt Moniak cheering on Bustin at the seams, and Richie Joplin as pace car drops in.
Joe Campbell's 4 laps down. He starts right behind Albie Hewins in 7th.
It does get a little weird when you get late in the run as green flag is back in the air. Once again, Lataro fires quickly and Octavio holds second.
Ryan Seams was sleeping.
He has been a little slow, as Earl pointed out. He has been a little slow on the restarts tonight, but long run is definitely where Ryan tends to shine. Albie Hewins in 8th. Does have that buffer of a couple of cars right behind him, between him and Jimmy Johnson, so he's going to be safe for a little bit. As Frank Klein battles it out with Joe Campbell, Joe gets a little bit of the wall out of 4.
Let's see if Octavio slows up here and lets Lataro run away.
Well, you know,
two teammates up front. I mean, it's not unheard of.
No, it is definitely not unheard of, but you know how badly Octavio wants to win and win it all this season. So, previous seasons he's been on his way to a championship, but netcode or lost connection, things like that have kept him out of victory lane.
He has had some bad runs like that. I'll give you that. But I mean, you know,
Flying Ryan.
The guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he definitely is. Flying Ryan looking underneath Matt Pelletier, trying to reclaim 3rd place here, and Mekas is lurking. Clayton Wise had a problem a moment ago. He is back running. Clayton has had a rough night, but still in the fight in 19th.
Yeah, you think he came to the problem with Frank Klein on that one, huh? him and Clayton Wise, good Lord.
Flying Ryan sits in 3rd, still battling Pelletier, but almost clear. Should get it this time. Pelletier sends it deep into one.
Brett Mecca's going to get it in on Matt there.
Yeah, he
Not clear.
almost gave him a little bit of a love tap there coming out of 2.
Yeah, just let him know he was there.
Just reminding him. Jason Seams is no longer on the lead lap. He is back to 13th. Kind of a hurt there for a guy who was running up in the top 5 earlier, but has had some problems. Like we mentioned, Sean Patrick getting a lap back, now in 14th, 1 lap down, so he would be back on the lead lap next time if we have another caution.
Yeah, it's a good run for the Duck Hunter. Mason Foster getting a little edgy now. Getting up into Meckus a little bit. Very little bit.
Mason definitely wants to find his way back into victory lane here. And Richie Joplin still lurking, only his 2nd XCAL race. But one of his best tracks. Go! Yeah, Mason is definitely he is giving Meckus the business.
Yeah. Mason typically a clean runner, but he has, you know, it's a one-off race here. I can see him using the bumper a little more. I'd like to see it not on my cars, but, you know, anybody else is okay.
Yeah, I can understand that. Jimmy Johnson trying to work his way back up, currently in 8th. Albie Hewins in 9th. Kyle Martin, after that incident, stuck back in 16th, and King Matt the Bear back in 17th. And is it just me, or is Matt looking down on power again?
Yeah, left that. I told you he's a sneaky son of a bitch.
He definitely is, but he definitely appears as we ride along with him, only getting the car up to about 4,500 RPM. Looks like he's 1,000 horsepower low, and it does look like the hood of that car is a bit more banged up. Have to think that
I'm betting he's got it in 4th gear and cruising.
Could very well be, but he's far enough behind now that fuel or strategy or something like that, I don't know that it would pay off at this late point in the game.
Well, I mean, he was already in a tough spot to begin with, so.
Caution! Stephen Rex involved. And everybody should be able to go the distance from here if they pit.
Oh, Joe Campbell.
Taking a look here at Stephen Rex in the 11.
Joe Campbell goes in hot into 1, loops the car, comes down and collects him.
Albie gets a piece of it, but Stephen Rex gets the worst of it. Smacks it into the outside wall. Significant damage to the car this time. That hurts.
That hurts. That hurts. Miss Steve got the nose in the wall again, so he's going to be down.
A lot of cars on pit road getting that final fuel stop. Jared Mogard dropping in. Stephen Rex dropping in. Will likely be getting some repairs here. Lataro, Octavio both have completed stops. And it looks like most of the stops here are fuel only.
Man, I'm taking right side tires. I don't care what anybody else does.
Could very well be. Let's watch, see if Stephen Rex takes rights on his.
He might take them all.
Well, yeah, he is up for right side tires as the car gets fueled and some repairs.
He spun. He should be taking them all here.
Will the left side
Maybe
go
not.
Maybe not. Does not
Maybe
look
not.
like Stephen Rex is. He's just going to take right sides.
Yep.
It does look like quite a few of the cars did take right side tires rather, and we do have now 14 cars including Sean Patrick and Jason Seams back on the lead lap.
And Steven Rex is back in the pit. I think he's going to take left side tires this time. I know you don't need more fuel.
And likely left sides and a few more repairs, doing everything he can to stay relevant and in the fight for the top 10.
Looks like Jose Gaudino's going to get back on the lead lap here. Kyle Martin's going to move up 1 lap down, and the Bear will probably, yep, he sure did.
Well,
got a wave, and he'll be 1 lap down.
Interesting to note that Rex did not take tires. That was a repair stop.
Wow.
Topping off
And he's
on
back
fuel
in
and
again.
repairing. He is. After that incident, looks like he has extensive damage. Trying to get as much repaired as possible while maintaining the lead lap here. Gaudino and Kyle Martin both in.
The nose on the Rex car is in bad shape, both sides of it.
It really is. And again, he's not going to take tires, just more repairs and fires away again. Matt Bear is now up into 16th as Gaudino comes off and will be in 15th. Both drivers still a couple of laps down, but trying to make up some ground here late in the race. As the pace truck gets ready to drop back in, Octavio and Lautaro out front are Flying Ryan and Matt Pelletier ready for this restart. Can they break them up? Here we go. Out of 4, they fire. Green back in the air. Pelletier was waiting. He stays, pulls under Octavio.
He knew what was coming.
Yeah, he had seen it. Him and Ryan had both seen it a couple of times now.
Watch Octavio here on the outside of it, though.
Octavio doing it. Oh, a little loose out of 4. But Octavio doing everything he can to keep Pelletier pinned down and get off the turn with the lead.
Octavio get a little loose there off of 2.
Yeah, he got loose out of 4 last time as well. Still getting loose up on that high line. We have seen that high line cause a lot of drivers. Wow, that car is getting out of shape as he tries to keep it moving.
Yeah, you want to keep him up as high as possible. Keep him up in them marbles.
Richie Joplin is up into 7th. Albie Hewins in 8th. Jared Mogard in 9th. Mason Foster back up in 10th. Mogard fighting his way forward. Cristiano Roca in 11th. J-Dog in 12th. Sean Patrick in 13th. Back on the lead lap. Steven Rex in 14th. Holds the lead lap, but I don't know that he's at 100%.
He's probably hurt.
Yeah, it definitely appears to be as he comes off 2 and almost slaps the wall there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's not steering out of the car.
Octavio is still fighting Pelletier on the high side for 2nd. He knows if he gives it up.
He gave it up now.
Yep, Flying Ryan's going to slip by, and now possibly Brent Mackes.
He's going to work on him. And then Jimmy Johnson right behind him.
Great to see Jimmy having the comeback he is having after that incident with Kyle. Has fought his way back up into 6th.
Yeah, I'd love to see the 98 car in victory lane there. That'd be good.
No, that would be great. It'd also be awesome if we could get Richie Joplin to a victory lane in one of these races. His only his 2nd race out, he is doing extraordinarily well.
Is it his 2nd race?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was his 1st.
No.
Look at Octavio fighting back on the outside. Good Lord. I don't know how they make those cars do those things.
Yeah, they are definitely out there putting on a show tonight. Meanwhile, Lautaro out front. We saw last time Lautaro and Octavio broke away together However, Pelletier staying right between them. And Pelletier seems to be able to hang on to Lautaro, at least for the moment.
Yeah, we're going to see who's got a better long run setup here.
Lap 241, 60 laps to go. We're going to take our final commercial break. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're taking you to the finish. And we are back, folks. Just about 50 to go. Lautaro's still in the lead, but this time unable to break away. Matt Pelletier, Octavio Rondoletto, Flying Ryan, Brent Mekas, your top five. Everybody nose to tail at the moment.
Got ourselves an automobile race here, Doug.
I'm telling you, now they're going to be back into lap traffic. Looks like they're going to catch up to Jose Godino here in a few moments, and that's really going to heat things up.
Well, he'll be kind to the leader, and everybody else after that can,
Yeah. Well, the leader is a teammate, so is the third place car, so yeah, I have to think they're going to get a little help, and some of the other drivers are going to get a little hindered.
Yeah, he won't be kind to fast lane cars, that's for sure.
Jimmy Johnson is closing back in on the top five as Brent Mekas battles with Octavio Rondoletto and Flying Ryan.
Yeah, it's going to get a little exciting right there.
Yeah, Octavio's starting to lose a little bit of ground here. Flying Ryan has an opportunity, and Mekis gets to the inside and gives Octavio a little bit of a love tap there.
He did there. That's a little out of character for Brett. He must have been holding him up pretty good.
It looked like Octavio was already a little bit loose, and maybe Mekis just pushed up a little bit. Out of character may not have been intentional, but that moves Jimmy Johnson back into the top 5. Richie Joplin now to 6th. And Octavio already back on the attack. Holy cow! Richie moves up a lane and slides it through the turn.
Yeah, it looks like Rex is going to have all he could do to stay on the lead lap here.
Yeah, Steven Rex not far ahead in 14th. A heartbreaking night for a guy who's been up front all night just to have a problem that puts him in the wall late in the race. Heavy damage to the car, trying to fight his way forward. And the leader's coming quickly. Frank Klein has gone to pit road. This is an unexpected pit stop, but that car has been through quite a bit tonight. Maybe having problems.
He's 6 laps down. He's hit 27 vehicles out there and only 26 started the race. Yeah, he's had a rough time.
Yeah. Matt Bear also in trouble as the leader's coming by him. Bear holding on in 17th, but a rough night for the defending champ.
Well, they're going to go 3 wide here.
No. Never a comforting thing. Going 3 wide with lap cars. Pelletier probably not enjoying that feeling.
Not one bit. Hopefully Steve's going to let him by here. Yeah, go low. There you go.
Yep, and he gets by quickly, but still lap cars getting into the mix with the leaders is going to affect these battles up toward the front.
And how much did they save? I mean, because we're not 100% certain these guys can make it, are we? They didn't stop since like 210, right?
No, looks like almost everybody on the lead lap stopped between lap 220 and lap 225. So one of those 2 cautions.
Right, so we're looking at 75, 80 laps.
Yeah, so I think they're definitely right there on the bubble. And likely, most of them are going to be able to go the distance. If we get another caution here, they'll definitely be able to go, and I don't think we'd see any of them on pit road. They can't afford to give up the track position at this point.
No, I don't think you see the top 3 on pit road, no. Behind them, yeah, probably.
Maybe some of the guys in the top 10, but I find that unlikely. Especially a guy like Albie Hewins, he definitely stays out. He definitely wants that track position. His team needs a good run tonight.
Yeah.
Jason Seams sitting there in 11th. He wants an opportunity to make up some of the ground he lost early. Biggest mover of the night, though, we talked about it earlier. Lataro Lamperti started dead into the field, had a EOL penalty and a strike against him, so he had to be extremely cautious tonight about how he raced, and still managed to race his way into the lead, 25 spots. That's a great run for the Butcher.
Yes. He's good. There's no doubt about it. He's fast.
He's good, he's fast, and 99% of the time he is clean, except, of course, when it comes to the Mad Bear.
Yeah, those guys are sneaky dirty. They make it look really good when they do you really bad.
That they do have a tendency to make it look like, oh, I am loose and I just bumped you and you're going around, but yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah, there's definitely been some battles there. Steven Rex is back on pit road after losing a lap. We knew he was down on power, but that hurts. That's a heartbreak for him.
Yeah, he's running real good in the points. That sucks for him. Yep, motor's blown.
Oh, man. So Steven Rex looks like he is done for the night after a great run. Man, I hate to see that. He has been having such a good season for that streak to end here tonight.
He's had some really good runs in races and just didn't work out.
Well, with 30 laps left to go here, it's worth reminding everybody, as bumpy as this race has been, at 10 to go, there will be no more cautions. And things will definitely get a bit more aggressive. It is worth mentioning that the admins will review the race, so even though there's no cautions in the final 10 laps, you can't act the fool and intentionally wreck everybody in front of you.
Even if you're Frank Klein.
Even if.
Hey, I love you, Frank, but take it easy, huh?
Has been a rough night for Frank for sure. He has had a rough start to his XCAL career. I believe he actually, after his first race, which he drove for Flaming Karma, he actually got a one-race suspension in his rookie race, which I don't know that has ever happened. In rookie races, we have seen a couple of times where a rookie won an XCAL competition. That's happened exactly twice, as if I recall. But never seen a driver get a one-race suspension in their rookie race.
Yeah, that does sound kind of crazy.
Hey,
Big race here for fourth. Ryan Seams and Jimmy Johnson.
Brent
and it looks like the Roach is right there.
Yeah, Brent Mekas managed to slip by. And it looks like Flying Ryan's car, we talked about it a few minutes ago, he's really good on the long runs, but it looks like the team may have gone the wrong way on the setup last time, as here we are on a long run, and Ryan is losing ground.
Woo, contact.
Yeah, Jimmy's one of the cleanest drivers out there, and he will try as hard, he will give up a position to not hit you, as we have seen there, but man, that got close.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing. He's pushing. I mean, he wants a really good finish. I mean,
Octavio's still lurking back there in 6th. Mogard now up into 7th. Richie Jomplin in 8th. Albie Hewins in 9th. Cristiano Roca in 10th. And it looked like Joe Campbell may have started blinking momentarily. Seems to have resolved itself.
Joe back in 18th. What happened to him?
Just a rough night, and the strategy is he's not been involved in anything. Has been banged up a little bit, as you can tell, but man, this is definitely not the Joe we have seen this season, because he has had a great season, starting with winning at Charlotte.
Yeah, it's a plate race, though. If I'm going to win a race, I don't want it to be a plate race. I want to know that I actually beat somebody instead of lucked out. Although, at this point, for me to win, it's going to take a lot of luck. Let's face it. I mean, shit.
I understand that feeling all too well. Lataro out front is starting to pull a small gap on Pelletier as they come through lap traffic. Now coming past Clayton Wise. Remekas in 3rd, but Flying Ryan is back on the attack.
Yeah, Ryan got to his bumper, put a little bit on him, and wiggled him. Got inside of him, and he's probably going to drive right by. Johnny
Evans, John Friley have been to pit road. Jason Seams has been to pit road. Looks like a few drivers just getting a splash of gas. And apparently, fuel is becoming a question for some teams and some drivers.
Yeah, I didn't think we saw it all yet. I don't think we're done between Brent Mekas and Jimmy Johnson either.
No. I don't think that battle with Flying Ryan, Jimmy Johnson, and Brent Mekas and Octavio lurking, I don't think that's done, but they better settle it because Mogard, despite being 3.2 seconds back, is closing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good racer right there, that Mogart guy. I don't have nothing bad to say about him. Except he seems to fight Frank Lane a lot, and I try to run away from him. I'm smarter than the average bear, so.
Jimmy Johnson right to Flying Ryan's bumper, but hasn't been able to find a way back by. And Octavio now looks back underneath Mekas, and he's going to take the spot. Octavio back into 5th place.
Mekas might have lost his groove, or might be short on fuel. I don't know.
Jose Godino, the Flaming Karma Racing calculator, apparently is smoking now, and he is up to 15th.
Yeah, he passed Matt. Matt down 4 laps now.
Yeah.
Queen Bear there.
McRecken now in 13th place. He has not been able to recover since the incident with Jimmy Johnson. That car is pretty banged up, though. And he is coming to pit road. That is unexpected. The 18 is usually one of the best on fuel mileage.
Who's the 9 car? Being owned by Gerald Poole?
Yeah, that's the new driver, Juan Pablo.
Yeah, so I figured probably be something like that. Looked like he got in between Lataro and Pelletier there and held him up.
Albie Hewins gave up 10th. He is in. I have to think there's a few drivers up in this top 10 that might be taking it a little easy on the fuel right now. Mainly thinking of Richie Joplin seems to have lost a few positions and a little bit of speed. I think he is conserving fuel. Clayton Wise, he had a lot of problems tonight, has moved up into 17th. Michael DiCarlo has cracked back into the top 20 and 20th, but is back on pit road. He is topping off on fuel.
Mason Foster also runs for Gerald Poole too.
Yep, he is this week. It's a one-off deal.
Interesting.
Oh, he was loose out of 4.
He held the 7 up too.
Yeah, he is starting to. I've seen a lot of cars really starting to slide it out of the turns. We know they've been out there because a lot of them did not take right side tires on that last stop. 10 to go. Green, green, green. No more cautions. Ryan is in. Mogard is in. Joplin is in.
Wow.
This just got really...
Campbell.
Yeah, Joe Campbell is in. Let's see. Albie Hewins still on pit road. Juan Pablo, Steven, Rex. Rex blew the engine earlier, though.
Yeah,
Jimmy Johnson is in.
Out. Jimmy Johnson is in. I'll be there.
Here comes Pelletier.
Wow.
Well, we know Lataro and Octavio are great at conserving fuel. Does Mekas have enough?
Man, probably not.
And Cristiano Roca, how good is he at conserving fuel? That question may be answered here in a moment.
Mekas is off the gas. Mekas is short.
Is he going to conserve? No, he is way slow on the front stretch. Is he completely out? No, he's underpowered. He is clutching about half the straightaway just to
clutching more than that. He's real slow.
Yeah, he rode along with him down the straightaway, and man, He's clutching a lot of it to try and make it to the end. Meanwhile, Lautaro, Octavio, Bremekis, and now Roca, the only 4 cars on the lead lap.
Roca is not catching Vekis, so Roca is off the gas too.
Let's take a look inside. Let's take a look. Here's inside Roca's car. Full power down the straightaway into the turn. He is not clutching.
No, he's still 4 seconds behind Vekis, so
Octavio Rondoletto clutched into the turn.
I see. It looks like Mogard and Kleinigan right behind Vekis, and touch.
Yeah, it does look like Mogard and Clyde are together again. Are we going to see more sparks fly? And right beside Mekis, he doesn't want this.
He does not want that. Here comes Roca.
Oh, Mogard gives him a bump. White
Roca's
flag is in the air one more time around for Lautaro.
Mekis is out of fuel.
And Brent Mekis is out of fuel. It's going to be a flaming karma. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Lautaro out of turn 4 will pull off the win.
1, 2, 3, and 5.
1, 2, 3, and 5 as Octavio comes home in second, Roca in third, Mason Foster in fifth. Well, Gerald Poole's going to be happy. Mekis manages to hold on to fourth. Pelletier held on for 6th, and Johnson 8th. A good points night for your team as well.
Yeah, 6th and 8th. They're going to calculate in there pretty good, I think. Though Octavio and them got 2nd and 3rd, so that's really going to kill us.
Well,
and Mason. So, I mean, really.
That team championship is definitely going to tighten up after tonight as Octavio Lautaro Lamperti back in victory lane. And we will talk to our top 3 here in just a moment. But wow, that got bumpy.
Yeah, I didn't think that many cars were going to have that much of a problem on fuel. I would have thought they would have paid more attention earlier, and instead of running it out at the end there. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, we knew it was close, but those Flaming Karma cars, man, they've got something figured out on fuel.
Yeah, I told you that.
Gerald figured out how to put an extra mile of gas tubes in there.
Yeah, he's probably running a little more diameter than everybody else.
Probably so. Well, let's talk to our top 3, starting with Cristiano Roca. Cristiano, you wanted a top 10. You came home 3rd. You've got to be pleased, buddy.
For sure. It was a tough race, but in the end, it was worth it.
It definitely got bumpy around you a few times.
Oh, for sure. I think I was caught up in like 4 incidents, or at least right in front of me. But in the end, I just saved my fuel and went with the 2-minute damaged car till the end, and P3.
Well, man, it definitely worked out for you tonight, and you end up coming home with a podium finish and a big help getting you into the All-Star event.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna celebrate with my boys today.
It is well deserved, man. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Oh, for sure. I want to thank my sponsors again. XCAL Web Shop Series, Try Cooler Crew, Butt Kicker, Admin Box, and Flaming Karma Paint Shop. And a special thanks to my teammates, especially Jose Godino, who helps a ton with the mileage and the fuel stuff. Really great race, and hats out to them.
Well, great job tonight. Great. Congratulations on the podium. Go celebrate, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, side note, Cristiano Roca had 46 incident points, which led the whole field.
Wow.
Even more than Frank Klein.
Wow, yeah, he was
46.
he was dodging a lot of chaos tonight, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk to second place, Octavio Rondoletto. And Octavio, man, another podium finish. You will continue the streak on top of the most valuable drivers. A great run tonight.
Hi Doug, hi Chef, hi everybody. Well, the race was extremely difficult at the start because we had a lot of accidents from all the cars from the team being wrecked in the start of the race. Lautaro started in the back and we did a 1, 2, 3, 5. That's amazing, really.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Well, a great job pulling that finish off. One of the best finishes Flaming Karma has had.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if this happened before with any team. I have to check it. But this is extremely good, man. We are gaining a lot of points in every place. In the team championship, in the owner championship. Thinking in the owner championship, I think our rivals were in the back this race. So this is absolutely great.
Well, man,
You had a good race. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely did, man. Anybody you'd like to thank before I bring Lataro in?
Try Cool Crew.
Yeah, all the sponsors of the XCAL because they make it possible. Tricooler, you, Dak, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, Admin Box, Simbracer Hub, Bad Kicker, everybody. Thank you, Dak, for the broadcast. And yes, thank you for all the team. They were helping us to.
They weren't helping you, but they didn't hurt you too much.
Well,
good race.
Yeah.
Good race, guys.
Let me bring Lataro in and you can translate for him.
Great.
Congratulations, Lataro, on the win. Man, it is long overdue. It has been a while since we've had you in victory lane.
Bueno, Lauti, buenísimo la carrera que te mandaste. Y bueno, hacía bastante que no estaba en el Victory Lane. ¿Qué tal?
Hola Jeff, hola Duke. La verdad fue una carrera dura largando último. Pudimos hacer una buena remontada y bueno, a lo último agarrar y ahorrar nomás. No había otro.
First, he say hello to you. And yes, the race was difficult, starting in the back. And yes, at the end was only saving fuel and saving fuel and saving fuel.
Well, he's definitely going to have a big points night. The biggest mover of the race, leading laps, out front a lot, and man, and then the win. It's a huge points night for him and for Flaming Karma.
Bueno, Lauti, le daste un montón de vueltas. Al final son un montón de puntos para vos y para el equipo.
Todo lo que sirva para el equipo, la verdad que es buenísimo. Costó mucho, pero bueno, estamos acá de vuelta en el Victor Lane.
He's saying every we can get for the team is great, and it was difficult to come back to the Victor Lane, but he is now, and that's excellent.
Well, man,
I got a question for Lataro.
Yeah.
Was he worried the 7 was going to spin him?
Dice Lauti si estaba preocupado de que el 7 te iba a tocar.
No, la verdad que no. Tenía un poquito de miedo igual, pero la verdad que no, porque veníamos corriendo limpio.
He was a little scared, but they were running clean, so nothing happened.
Yeah, good run, guys.
Well, congratulations to Lataro. Who would he like to thank tonight?
¿Quién quiere dar gracias, Lauti?
Bueno, primero que nada, las gracias Pool. La verdad, al equipo. Tremenda carrera. Gracias a vos también por la estrategia. Y mandarle saludos a mis viejos y a mi novia.
He's saying great thing for Gerald, for me, and his family and girlfriend.
Well, great job by both drivers. Great job by the Flaming Karma team tonight, man. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much. And All-Star is coming, so be ready.
Yeah, we will be, man. Great job tonight.
Thank Thank you. See you.
Well, Jeff, it got bumpy tonight, but in the end, man, it was a great race.
Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, not real happy with the outcome there. Would have liked to mix it up a little bit better, sprinkled some of the fast lane cars up in that top 3, but, you know, it is what it is.
Well,
Shit happens.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you guys at home for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. We will see you tomorrow, 9 Eastern for Nowski, and look for some streams during the day tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.